Hey, you guys, this is Sky Juice coming to you live and direct with Tony B in the house.
We are live.
We are live, and today we wanted to have some fun, but a serious fun because it's real life. And we wanted to talk primarily to women, but men should chime in. We're talking about the large world of singlehood and why so many folks are out there single, living single. And I could definitely speak from the single friends that I have, the single women friends that I have. They all want a partner, all of them. Every last one of them wants a partner, wants to be in a viable relationship. So what is the problem? Tony, you must have all the answers.
I know you is not finna just put me on the spot like that. I got the answers.
You represent all men right now, so let's see what y'all are talking about.
All right. Well, personally, I will say a big problem is the numbers, the proportion of women to men.
Okay, that's real. That's real.
That can cause an issue. You know what I mean? That can cause an issue for women because men just have so much to choose from, so many options and opportunities. You know,
that's real?
Is that a bad way to say it? Options and opportunities?
No, that's just real life. I mean, I think the statistics are 1 to, well, it depends on the area you live in, but I think there's 2 million more women in the world, something like that, than men. And so therefore you're going to have 2 million women if all men. So, you're going to have men that are gay, you're going to have men that are incarcerated, and then you're going to have, other, there's gonna not. It's not a perfect match. It's not a perfect match, right? So, so you minus those folks out, especially for the heterosexual, right? We're just talking about heterosexual here. Mm-hmm. Then you're gonna have you're still gonna have a large disparity amongst. There's gonna be a lot of women who, there's gonna be a lot of women who are not gonna be matched up with a man. So. What are some of the options here? Amanda already posted.
Not all
women want men either.
Wow.
Come in hard, Amanda.
That's the truth, though. That's the truth. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like all men don't want women, all women don't want men. You know what I mean? That's the world we live in right now, Right.
But when we talk about being single, it actually goes across the board. It really doesn't matter if you're heterosexual or otherwise, because it really is about partnership. So that's what we're talking about. So do you want to be single as in have no partner, or marriage, or what does single mean? I mean, it could, I'm gonna say my definition. My definition of being single is not being married.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
Okay.
What do you think?
Nah, not necessarily. I mean, marriage is not for everybody. So marriage is not the end all, the be all. There's people that together for forever and never got married because they don't feel like a piece of paper is supposed to, or something that's read, a few scriptures written out of the Bible makes them officially one now. You know what I mean? So I can't say that marriage makes you, because what would you even call the quote unquote proper marriage ceremony? You know what I mean? So you can't go for that. You can just go by what your dedication is to this person's dedication to you, this person's loyalty to you.
I call that partnership.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, wait, let's see. Leonard says she's single because I got to work 16-hour days, 7 days a week to retire.
There's men out there that's doing the same thing. So somehow within that,
But there's a lot of guys that are single too, and they want to be, or do they? Do men want to be involved? Because sometimes I feel like a lot of guys just want to have Chinese food today, pizza tomorrow, a salad on Wednesday. You get what I'm saying? I think.
Oh my God.
I think guys want, buffet. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? You can be that person to have that difference, but then you have the people that are, working men out there, just like, the young lady says she's a working woman. There's working men that are doing the same thing. Just we got to refer her back to our rat race video that we
That's
did.
a guy. Leonard is a guy.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was my apologize, my brother. I apologize.
Okay. Jessica says, I think I know Jessica too. Hey, Jessica. Some women have spiritually evolved beyond men. Lack of compatibility for truly powerful and whole relationships is prominent. Non-abusive trauma heal. Hallelujah. Say it out loud, please. I agree. Jessica, I'm right there. I agree. Hey, Julissa, ¿cómo estás? Brian Ralph says bullshit. Okay, so let's get to the story at hand. I do agree that there is definitely an imbalance of viable partners forming, right?
Okay.
So a lot of people, I guess here's the problem that I feel. This is what I feel, especially because I have my girlfriends and we talk on the phone. The constant conversation is the guy and how he is and how he doesn't do this and doesn't do that. And then after that whole episode erodes, then it's on to the next like Netflix series. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's just like, let's start again. And then, you get the girlfriend call you at 5 a.m, like, girl, let me tell you what happened. Oh my God, I can't believe he, and it's like ad nauseum. And it's like not only one person, but it's like several friends that have this like, girl, let me tell you what happened. And this is the girlfriend thing. I mean, I'm telling secrets of the women, the truth. Like we talk about like how a lot of guys are just like not showing up.
I need you to read my man Jerry Carmen's post comment right there. I like that.
Jerry says, here's the issue. When a man marries a woman, his check becomes an asset to her and a liability to him. And no, women have not evolved beyond men. They most likely are not attractive. Who wants to marry Goncila?
Oh my God. See, I didn't get to that part. You was wrong for that one, bro. You started off good, but you lost me at the end, though. You lost me at the end. But,
so I think Jerry was on to something that I think a lot of women are disconnected from. Mm-hmm. And I guess I'm gonna sit in the devil's seat today because a lot of women look at men as a wallet. Let's be real. Do you not feel that way sometimes?
I mean, yeah, but it could go the other way around too. You know what I mean? There's a lot of very successful women out there, and some men are looking for that bag too as well. So
the percentage won't match though.
Wait a minute, hold on. The
percentage won't match.
You do know the most highly educated sector of people in the United States are women, right? Whole doctorate degree. Yeah. So if that's the case, that means they got a whole lot more money than the ones that don't, right?
And these same women who are very successful are single.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. But you got these men that are looking for these single women that got a bag. Okay. They got money. Okay,
but women, the women who are looking at men as wallets, mm-hmm. We're not talking about the successful women. That's another problem. Okay. Right? Okay. Their success, their education, their growth towards the highest heights of the world is a different situation, I think. Right. Okay. I think that women, the rest of the women who are in the, working class, I would say, and they not only is it's not that they're looking for a man as the wallet, as the provider. Let me use provider as the word because that's what it means. Yeah. This is what has been indoctrinated throughout generations. Yes, my grandmother said that to me. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Jessica says, yes, I've made more money than most men I've dated in the past. And a lot of my married women friends make more money than their husbands. Okay.
See, I'm saying.
Ryan Ralph says,
yeah.
So then I think right now, so then you have guys, and I'm only speaking from like, this is my perception. Guys are like, okay, and let's specifically take the city of Atlanta or any major city. Guys have 30 choices a day, right? When they have 30 choices, they start weighing all of the options and all of the buffet items on the buffet to see what will be the least hardest hit on their pocket, their emotions, drama. She ain't got no car, gotta go pick her up. Oh, this one has a car, so I can go meet her down at the such and such. Sexually, this one is better. Tell me the truth. You're supposed to be the one. You're the man. This is what I see and hear.
I'm just letting you talk because I'm a chime in. I'm just saying. Go ahead on. Speak.
I'm just saying this is what men are doing. So women, friends of mine are like, we were talking. It was a good connection. It was all good. Everything was wonderful. We met. He's cute. He likes me. He like da da da. I don't hear from him for 5-10 days. He just didn't call me back for he didn't text me. He was good morning me every day for 5 days. And we were talking and then he stopped. What happened? Well, what happened was he was in the buffet. I'm just saying what I see. Wait a minute. We got messages. I got to pop up in here. I seen something come through.
Okay.
Okay. Poncho. Thank you. Okay. Women don't share stories about great men with other women. They hide those relationships. I need to hear more about that. Melissa says, we attract what we need healing from. We usually meet someone that we need to learn from. Whether we want to see that or not is whether we grow or end up in another toxic environment. The teacher comes back again. Absolutely. Letitia, this is a childhood friend. Hey, Letitia. In my experience, it's the other way around. The women are making more money and many men are looking for a come up or just lazy. I've never looked for a man to provide for me.
See what I'm saying? It goes both ways.
Gotcha.
It goes both ways,
Amanda says, I'm single by choice. I have a lot of self-healing to accomplish before I bring another person in my world. Oh my God, I really want to address that right now. Because I just feel like if you know you're not in your balance and in your wholeness, and even if it's not perfect, don't join someone else's life. Be single. What is wrong with just healing yourself, releasing trauma, generational curses, getting your shit together, all that shit. People try to bring all their crap on and try to involve other people.
But you have all these, weird or different or just toxic sayings. The best way to get over a man is get under a man, or best way to get over a woman is on top of a woman, stuff like that. So people are thinking of that. And then you got to think about, there's so many layers to peel back when you talk about that whole relationship thing. You think about if you ask every single person right now who is making a comment, what is their wants from a relationship? What is their need in a relationship from a woman or a man? Everybody's probably gonna say something different.
I'm gonna say what I think most people will say, and I'm gonna say that most people want to say companionship.
Can we get a couple of people to just comment what they need in a relationship out of a man or a woman? Just you guys.
Jessica says, I appreciate Tony speaking the truth about the shortcomings of some men as well. Thumbs up, Tony.
Thank you. Just keep it honest.
Stephanie says, and then the ones who want to secure the bag with a woman who's doing well don't have the emotional skills to navigate a relationship with a successful woman. There's other ways to provide besides money, and many don't have that. Talking the entire life of truth.
Yes.
Gabrielle says, my second last ex told me that narcissistic men know how to attract, abuse low energy women with their life. And yes, I thought I healed from my childhood trauma and I've ended another bad relationship and I'm taking from it the good parts and see what I bring to the table and not allowing it to happen again.
Absolutely.
There you go.
My man Brian said he needs dedication. He's the only person that answered. I ain't seen nobody else say what they need or what they want out of a relationship. What are some of the ladies? What do we need? What do you guys look for in a relationship?
Balento
Ooh, she said,
says, I don't need
me.
anything from anyone, but I would love a best friend I can hunch on.
There you go. The best friend. Okay.
That's what I call a companion, maybe.
Definition of hunch. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in. That was old school.
A lot of people have codependence. I think it's codependency issues, though. I want a true friend in my relationship.
Okay. Okay. See, everybody's giving different answers here, though.
A safe space to be. What does a safe space look like?
Okay. Companionship,
loyalty, faithful, and affectionate. Brian, so she can eat for free. You know, Brian, I already know what type of guy you are. I can just tell. I'm sorry. We know. Women know.
No judgment zone. No judgment zone.
Look, I'm just like, everything he's posting is kind of like he's drinking a whole big glass of Haterade. Anyway.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go. Brian says mental stimulation.
Good answer. Good answer.
A man that worships the ground you walk. Bring it.
Oh boy.
A soft place to land. What's a soft place to land mean? I don't know what that means.
That's what you're looking for. Or that's what you're. Never mind.
Providing. Good question. Okay. I don't know what that means. A soft place to land. I guess that could. If I were to guess, I would say like comfort, something like that. A comfortable place,
Well, kind of going back to what my point was. When we think about this, we think about everybody has something different. So my thing is always compatibility. So when you're compatible with somebody, you're finding someone that has the same common interest. Not completely, because you're never going to find somebody completely. And a lot of times in relationships, you have this. People are missing. You're missing the right kind. You know what I mean? It's hard to connect with that one that's equal to you and what you're thinking and what you're looking for. You know what I mean? I think that's a problem as well. It's not that this person is bad and it's not that you're bad. It's just that you guys aren't compatible. You guys aren't right for each other. But sometimes we try to force things. You know what I mean? Like I'm at the point in my life right now where I'm not going to force anything. If it's not there, it's not there. Because we'll let things like finances, physical appearance, I don't know, sometimes maybe when a person drives, where they live at, all these other things that kind of cloud your vision. And you don't want to, you need to be looking at what you really, really want and what you're seeing in a relationship that's going to attract you and not letting these other things be there. Because we see these red flags and what do? We ignore them. We ignore them. And at this point in your life, don't ignore the red flags anymore.
I think that there is, okay, you said what? Connection? Is that what you said?
I said compatibility.
You said compatibility. So I think this is what I look at as the three C's to this is the person you need to tune into. A, connection is the first. You make a connection with someone and it's like, oh, wow, we have a lot in common. Da, 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 da. But that's not enough because that could be a whole good friend, right?
Okay.
The next thing is chemistry. Chemistry is that, mystic.
Can chemistry and compatibility be kind of put in the same lane though?
No.
No?
Because
really?
compatibility is, I feel compatibility is more lifestyle, right? Chemistry is something you can't, there's no big measure. No, compatibility is like, what are you doing with your life? What time, what direction are we going in? Do you want kids? I don't want kids. Do you want, where are you going? That seems like our life is compatible to each other. That's what compatibility is to me.
So you don't think there's a such thing as compatible chemistry?
Yeah, well, if you have chemistry, then you have the compatibility within chemistry. But some people have this chemistry between them, but their lifestyle won't match.
But then that's what I was talking about, the red flags. Like this fits, but this doesn't. But you want to ignore what doesn't fit because of the chemistry or because of this and because of that. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to look for, and you're never going to get 100% of what you're looking for in a person, I believe. I always say shoot for the high 80s and low 90s. But I've been told that I was crazy by even saying that's not even realistic. They said I should be shooting for 60 or 70% of what I'm looking for.
Well, some of my friends are not even looking for any of that. They're looking for the man who's who's available, who is willing.
Tamika says, she said, chemistry is a non-tangible connection. There you
Yes.
go. I agree with that.
Yeah. I'll read some more of these because they've been popping up, but they go by fast. Let me go up a little bit.
Yeah.
Gabrielle says, I am looking for a high vibrational man who's getting his life together, and together we can share an amazing journey together. Hi from Australia.
Hey,
What cool is
awesome.
that? I want to come to Australia.
Good day.
Balenta says a lot of people look for a savior. I'm going to correct that. Or someone who can give them happiness and fill a void when they can only give that to themselves. That is true.
Ooh, that's where the self-healing comes in, right?
Yeah. So, what else?
Okay, my man Jerry said, I served in the military and she never worked. In the military, women date while we are in the field. Oh, that ex admitted to sleeping with over 50 men out of 4 kids. None were mine. She outdone Mary Mac. Oh my God. Okay.
I'll continue.
That's
I came from being away and found that she had the man who was disabled on Social Security living in my attic. No one is compatible. You got to be flexible in changing to adjust to each other.
I don't know if I can completely agree with that, but that's a point. That's an opinion, though.
That's a sense. So here's the thing. What about, okay, at what point in your life, because we're in our 40s, right? Are you? Okay, 40s and up.
Yeah, I just made 50, so.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you. Half a century.
That's dope. So we're in our 40s and up, and so we're basically talking to 35 and up age bracket, right? Mm-hmm. At what point in your single life do you decide, okay, I guess I'm just going to be single, or I'm just going to find somebody, or let me get on these dating apps? Or like, what are the options? What are people doing? Are they just like, I'm just going to go home and watch my Netflix and chill by myself? Like, what are people?
What do you say? What are people doing to connect? Is that what you're asking?
I'm saying, at what point in your life, as we start aging, as this big single population, years go by, mm-hmm. and they're dating and it doesn't work, and they're dating again, and after, at some point, you got to get tired of it. Or settle for somebody. Is there a lot of settling? Like, what happens? Because then people say, oh, I don't want to die alone. Da 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 da. What are people doing?
I mean, I think a lot of people, I guess when you get to a certain age, you do a lot of self-reflecting and you find out who you are and you learn to kind of love yourself. So when you go get into another relationship, you're not relying on someone else to make you happy. You know what I mean? To give you that happiness. I think people are kind of, when you get older in life and you have enough failed relationships, you learn from those. I always ask, when I get involved with somebody new, one of the first things, or one of the things I like to always ask, well, what's the biggest thing you learned from your last relationship? Because you always have to learn from past relationships so you don't make those same mistakes again. So, you get to a certain age, I think, that you start saying, okay, there's a reason why this, and this time didn't work. You know what I mean? What am I going to do next time to make it work? You know what I mean? Because once you get to that point where you have more time behind you than you have in front of you, time is of the essence. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you got to make it really work,
Mm-hmm. Stephanie says, I'm in a mode that I'm choosing singlehood over settling. I'm 45 and have been single for 3 years.
Okay.
What about, is this throwing a whole wrench in the parade? What about like polygamy or polyamory or something? Is that just too far off for people to come?
You about to take it way into a whole.
I'm just saying, no, because at the beginning you said there's a numbers game. So let's be realistic. And right now, so I was talking to my girlfriend recently, and we were talking about how the paradigm has changed. There was a time, and I guess we're still within the generation, there was a time when men pursued women and they courted women, right?
Okay.
Now women have to chase guys because, their guys' focus is like, and this is possibly also for same-sex I think it's the same thing, but we're speaking on hetero mostly. I think that there is this change of paradigm where, if you want to be in a guy's life, and this is what friends say, you got to text him good morning on a regular. You didn't know that? You didn't hear that memo?
No, I mean, I would think it's kind of both ways, but some people communicate like that, and sometimes people don't communicate. Sometimes communication for me is big, but for some people it's not that. I know people that talk about, okay, I haven't talked to my interest in 2 or 3 days, my love interest in 2 or 3 days, but it doesn't mean they're not interested. They just don't talk like that or communicate like that. Now, personally, that's not for me, but it could be for someone else. I mean, there is a woman out there or a man like that are the same way. They don't really communicate like that. They can go 2 or 3 days without, communicating like that. I don't get it, but it goes back to the compatibility part once again, in my opinion.
That's interesting. Madeline says, never settling.
As you never should.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
I hope no one ever settles. I think there's people who are settled in marriages. That's a whole nother show.
Oh,
but
Nina said, I thought the egg don't chase the sperm. I heard that.
Wait a minute.
Did I say? I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Amasium.
Ryan, you're not blocked. Amanda says, I decided to be single when I have a lot of trust and abandonment issues in my marriage and casual relationships, and I'm 41.
Okay.
Naomi says, by choice, because these men are out of hand. Letitia says, I've been intentionally single for 4 years and not looking for anyone. But when I'm ready and I'm interested for a companion, I think it'll still be these: trust, authenticity, compatibility, chemistry, passion, and high vibrations. Someone who has healed from their traumas and is grounded is very important all the day long.
Well, yeah. I mean, wow.
All right. Jessica says, happy belated, Tony. So are we talking to two single hosts? Sorry if I sound brash. Just curious since we're on the topic. Don't ask me no questions. But Tony, maybe if you got some people want to holler.
Hey, I'll say this. At 50, I am single, but that could say a lot about me. I could say I've made some mistakes in my life, or I need some things I need to get together. I'm still getting it together. I don't know, but I'm still learning. But yes, I'm 50 and single, which I don't know. I'm figuring it out.
I'm living my best life. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway,
and thank you for the happy belated birthday. Appreciate it.
Yes. You might get a little hookup or something.
Oh, there we go. You got a worldwide audience here. Everybody in Atlanta.
Put your number in the comments.
Do I need to, what do you call that? I need to put the link in the comments, my phone number.
Link in the comments. But hey, I mean, I really think being single is a beautiful thing. What I don't like about those people who are single, this is what I don't like about. I think that if you're single, you should be proud to be single, and you should enjoy it. But I don't like when specifically women are single and are miserable, and they're like, I gotta find a man. I gotta find a man. I'm miserable being single. I hate being alone. Like that kind of thinking, it just irritates me. It's sad. It just feels like, whoa, why don't you, there's so much you can do for yourself. Like you could just do you, like go on a hike, do something, like enjoy yourself. You don't have to be so desperate to just like not be. Yeah, I don't know. That part, it always, I hate that.
2 books that if you're able to write and get them out there on the market and get it right, which nobody ever has, you'd be a millionaire. And that's the book on relationships and the book on parenting. If you can write those 2 books out there.
Talk about next.
Yeah, we could talk about that too. But those nobody, like, we don't know. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure out this relationship thing.
I got it already down. I'm good. Naomi says celibacy has been a challenge for someone who asexual, AF, and also loves. You mean Do you mean asexual? And also loves her a black man, but I don't know. None of them chat to me where I live. I didn't get that. Jessica says, nothing wrong with being single. I'm 41 and single. Proud. Like be single. Like being in your singleness and just like, being juicy in your single. Like be single and be bold about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amanda says, it makes you wonder why they are on a manhunt.
I mean, are they on a manhunt though?
Women? Yes. Yeah. There are some women.
Well, maybe some women are just waiting to be found though.
Here's a good question. Why are men intimidated by a strong black woman though? Strong black woman.
Is that a question for me, for you, for both of us? What?
It's for you. It's for you.
Why are men intimidated by a strong black woman? I'm not, so I can't really speak for the other people. Me, I love a strong black woman. I love a woman that's going to challenge me and speak their mind. Like the whole timid, just submissive thing, that don't really work for me. I like a woman that's going to speak their mind and say what it is and, say what they want,
Well, Brian says because of the combativeness.
Huh?
He doesn't want to fight a woman.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's about fighting, but I think it's about being able to speak your mind. And, if you have an issue with something or you don't agree with something, then you should be able to say it. You know what I mean? I mean, what's wrong with that?
No, I think what Brian is probably talking about is, black women are known for like, we aren't, what we're not doing. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, I done heard it before, but to me, I'm just like
that. That's what I'm guessing. I'm trying to read Brian's mind, and he's like, he doesn't have time to be challenged by a woman. So all of that, Brian is not here for it. I think Brian, you said you're what, like 69 or something, or 60? Brian is a little older. He's not from that generation of strong and independent.
The ones that speak their mind.
Most of us desire true, healthy, loving companionship. I do. I won't ever give up that it will happen one day soon. I'm sure it will come with my continued self-work. Ashe.
Absolutely.
I love it. Absolutely. And Belenta says, have you guys read a book called All About Love by Bell Hooks? Haven't read it yet, but we'll write that down because
write that one down. Got to get that on the audiobook. All About Love.
Yeah. Okay, Naomi says, celibacy and being a freak ain't easy, and no guys talk to me in my city. Where are you, Naomi? Let's get somebody to there's beautiful women out here.
That's oil and water. That just don't mix.
So here's the thing, Naomi. Here's my question for the single folks. Are you being celibate because you're single? Like, is that what's going on here? Like, what is the problem? Like, are we not allowed to enjoy the
I mean,
because you're not in a whole relationship, are you just detoxing, Celibate women out here are going to ruin the planet. I'm just going to let y'all know right now. They're just evil.
So you're saying that a woman doesn't need to be celibate because they need to keep on reproducing? Was that?
No, I'm not talking about making children. I'm talking about orgasms. The more orgasms we have in the earth, the better the earth, the environment. The sun comes out tomorrow,
Yeah, orgasmic energy. Okay.
We need to keep that flow going. That keeps the sun and the moon and the stars up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just my perspective, of course.
Okay. All right.
But some women they're not trying to do that because they don't have an actual partner.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel as though when we talk about
wait a minute, hold your thought.
Okay.
Brian said he's 59. He said it's not about submission. What is it about, Brian? Go ahead. What you're saying.
Okay. When you talk about, we see old school marriages and people, and I don't know about you. I guess I can only speak for myself. See a couple that's maybe in their 70s, 80s, maybe even their 90s, still together. Okay, I mean, that'd be a little bit far-fetched. Let's say 70s. They're in their 70s and they're still together, and they talking about they've been together like longer than I've been alive. I'm 50 years old. And you say, wow, like, how were you able to do that? And I don't know about you, but every time I have that conversation with an older couple like that, they always say it hasn't been easy. We had to make sure that this is really what we wanted. There's been some days that we wanted to walk away, but we didn't. You know what I mean? So I think the perception is, since we're single, we messed up and we just don't know how to get relationships right. But
no,
mind those people that have been together for those 40 and 30
miserable.
50 years. No. I'm not. No.
Anybody I see married for that length of time, there's no romance. They're basically roommates.
I'm not gonna.
They're forced to be with each other because they got a house together and they can't go nowhere.
So,
no, none of that shit looks good to me at all.
Okay, so you mean to tell me anybody that's been together for a long length of time aren't happy? Is that what you're saying?
They are mediocre. Nah, they're not. Nah, they are. No.
So there's no way that anybody could possibly be together for a long time and be happy?
There can be happy people who are together forever, period. There can be people who are the lovers of all.
Why are you saying it's not possible?
No, I'm saying a large percentage of those people. I'm looking at the majority. I'm not looking at the little blips and pieces around the world. I'm talking about the large majority of people who stay married are miserable as they are. Hot mess. They live in one room. They're roommates. Every elderly couple I don't know if I can agree with that. Every elderly couple I know that exists together exists. There is no sexiness. Maybe they're past sexy. I don't know. I would hope that doesn't happen to me. But what I'm saying is they are beyond what everyone is talking about on this list. They don't have it. All they have is security. Nothing else. Security. We got this house together. Our kids are gone. We ain't got nothing but each other. You gonna die first. I'm gonna sit here. Bye.
Okay, so you really saying that most of the people that have been married for a long time aren't happy, basically.
You said a 70-year-old couple that been together since the time of creation. They got together when they were 14 and 15, walking from the farm out to school 2 miles away, holding hands. No, they have evolved 20 times.
So, okay, but that's natural. Everybody evolves.
Yeah, but they probably evolved out. They have evolved beyond the two of them.
Okay.
But because of marriage and everything that they have, they stayed together. No.
Let me ask you a question, Sky.
In fact, I know some of these personally.
Let me ask you a question, Sky. The person you are today, is that the same person you were 25 years ago?
No, absolutely.
Okay. So
anybody who I was involved with then is not. I would hope they wouldn't be the same person, and if they were, they have to evolve with me.
So when we're talking about a marriage and we're talking about people that have stayed together, it's been growth together. So during that growth, you don't think it could be they come together, but they're growing. Some people are growing at this pace. Some people are going at that pace. They already say that women mature quicker than men anyway, right? So we're already behind the 8 ball when it comes to that relationship part. We're learning stuff that you guys already know for a couple of years. But just because you guys are learning it quicker than we're learning it doesn't mean we shouldn't be together. Doesn't mean we shouldn't continue to grow, right?
I don't see romance after 40, 50 years. I don't see anything romantic. I don't see it. I may see a few pictures on the internet, and that's cute and all. But the folks that I know, like for example, I'll name a couple that I know. My son's great grandfather, and before they died, they were together since the beginning of time.
Okay.
And come to find out, my son was, how old was he? He was a few months old. I didn't even know that the great grandfather was chilling with the neighbor and had a 2-year-old baby.
Stephanie Bagley made a really, really good comment. Read her comment. I 1000%.
Those relationships were starting from very different foundations than we're facing today. I agree with that.
Yes,
I agree with that. And not only that, especially sitting now in 2021 and looking at couples that are in their 70s and 80s and 60s, and they've been together for 25, 30, 35 years. What was a relationship wasn't what we want today. We want fun and juiciness and companionship and a travel mate. And, we want, from at least what my girlfriends tell me, something really different and magical than what these older folks, the older folks are like more like family, and let's build a foundation. Let's buy a house. Having a house is so crucial to everything. You get what I'm saying? So
now you're about to go into a whole different, you're about to go into finances. And when you talk about finances, they say that's the number one reason people get divorced is because of finances.
Okay, there's a bunch of stuff in here because I went on a whole different. Okay. Naomi. The 5 love languages is another good one to read. So my girlfriend just told me about this today. I already know the 5 love languages, but I'm sure that most people, if you know your love language, post it in the comments, because most people don't even know what the 5 love languages are. And especially guys.
More water. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. You don't have a little musical interlude?
You need a little musical interlude? Okay, we're going to do this
I'm going to read some of these comments meanwhile. Go get your water.
Yes.
Amanda says, I'm celibate by choice. Jessica Marshall says, some singles have more sex than married people. True. I have a friend that didn't have sex with her husband for a year while I was loving my best life being worshipped honey. Ryan says, I'm with you. I don't know what you're reflecting on. Gabrielle says, I am celibate because every male who has touched this temple has violated it for their own sick needs instead of being respectful and loving. Absolutely not. We're not doing that, Gabrielle. Brian says it's about having fun. I need you to explain more, Brian. Tell me more. Naomi says, I'm in Vancouver, Canada. I'm from LA, however, being celibate is a choice for me as I have devoted many years to men who didn't value my presence in a relationship. And I know there's a man for me out there. So until I find him or vice versa, I will remain celibate. I chose to be celibate for this reason. I am an old school soul and I want that forever love, ring and all. Being a single mom is also challenging to date, even though my sons are older. Feel you. Let's see. Brian wants to dial in. Oh no, I'm scared. Keisha says, here's pure healing and then attracting good humans for a healthy sexual relationship. Absolutely.
All right, we'll turn this down.
Gabrielle says, I don't believe it is anyone else's responsibility to take on anyone else's trauma. And yes, it happens because I carried my childhood trauma into every past relationship. And now I am taking the time to heal myself and focus on not allowing it to happen again. Please.
Yes.
Please and thank you. Mm-hmm. Oh, we already spoke on that. Brian says, who signed off on women being more mature than a man? That's just facts, Brian. Come on. Scientific studies have been had. Come on, Brian. Google it. Okay. Shantae says single by choice. Brian wants to step in. Come on now. No, I feel more protected with Tony. Thank you. Say Tafare, we mature faster maybe, but not more mature than men. You need to go deeper on that. We need to understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Tamika says most women and men then were literally groomed for marriage. Yes, playing the role to fulfill that life prophecy. I agree with you, Sky. Mm-hmm. I was. Mm-hmm. Look, my grandmother could care less as long as grandpa provided and protected. And that's another thing. Look, back in the day, grandpa was a rolling stone. A lot of grandfathers out there.
Yeah.
They were, and if they didn't have babies with somebody, they were definitely planting seeds, right? But grandma wasn't going anywhere. Why? Because she got this house, she got those kids, and she has no one to take care of her. She doesn't probably even have a career. We're talking about a generation. Nowadays, if you think a man could treat a woman any kind of way, and she's going to sit there, she take her own money and get the hell on. You get what I'm saying? Like, like the generation is different. Why? Because women are now actualized and can take care of their own self.
Mm-hmm.
So now when a man comes and steps, make sure you come with some equality, because she doesn't have to tolerate anything.
So let me ask you a question. What do you think about, and I think I'm going to ask this question to all the women out there. What do you think about the concept or the mindset of alpha female? And I'm going to tell you what my personal feeling is with alpha female. To me, the only thing alpha female is a female that has been having to take control of things because there hasn't been a man around to do it, to pay the bills, to pay the rent, to take care of the kids, to cook, to do all of that stuff. You know what I mean? When you put a woman in a man's role and they have to take care of everything, you know, of course they're going to become that person. You know what I mean? All the things that a man, we should be doing, if we don't do it and a woman has to do it, then bam, you got an alpha female.
So here's the thing. Here's okay. I hope some folks comment about that, but the whole alpha thing is already been debunked by the man himself who wrote the book about alpha males, right? So he was comparing alpha men, human men, to gorillas in the midst, and it doesn't even apply, because it's like, you know, this gorilla is managing a whole family unit of beta gorillas and a few females that he has access to all of them, and the betas can take whatever drippings are left. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times,
so you're comparing an animal to what human beings.
This is the whole alpha male came from a guy who wrote a book about alpha males, and that's where this terminology came from, right? Okay. The same guy who wrote the book renounced. He wants the book taken off the shelf because he finally realized, like, this is the way y'all are taking this alpha male shit is really wrong. Like, there's the whole alpha male doesn't exist because one man is not mastering this thing the way the gorilla thing is. Anyway, but we understand what we mean by when we say alpha male and alpha woman. It's more alpha female. It's more like the domineering person, the domineering guy, the you know, those types of things.
Let's read some comments now. Let's read some comments.
I was going to finish what I was saying.
Okay. I didn't mean to cut you off. Finish what you're saying.
That's okay. No. I'll let the people do it.
You got the stage. Okay.
Stephanie says, I don't believe in the alpha male female thing. It's just a high level, high functioning adult in our mediocre world. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Amanda says the world needs to heal the whole distorted masculine energies in male and female. And it's just a bunch of patriarchal foolishness, you know, just a whole male dominated, you know, nonsense. Back in the day, it was illegal for a woman to work, vote, etc. Now that women could provide for themselves, this distorted male feels useless. Boom. Speak it, Tony. So say Tafari as a single mother, yes, alpha female all day. Naomi, I'm an alpha for sure.
These are just women that are doing it by themselves.
Teach. I have been called an alpha female too.
And you don't think you are? By doing it by yourself? Do you think that...
By definition of a woman who could handle her own shit, of course I'm an alpha female.
Okay, but do you think that a man has a place in
Of course.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But you're saying a man has a place, but if he doesn't take his place and you do it, there's nothing wrong.
What I'm saying is no woman needs to tolerate no fuckery in their life, period.com. And if he does come with some foolishness, if he's cheating.
Well, see, you taking it to a whole different level.
No,
I didn't say nothing about that.
I'm saying we've talked about grandpa. We're talking about a whole generational thing. Grandpa was a Rolling Stone. Remember the song? And grandma would sit there in the house knitting blankets and making sure he had his food when he walked in the door from the wife's school, and knew that she couldn't go anywhere. She would probably fuss him out or what have you. And they would sleep in their separate beds. You get what I'm saying?
Your definition of it is going way left from what I was talking about. I see what you're saying, and I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about that old school way where if I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that, I can have this family here and other family over there and that other girlfriend over there. We're not talking about that. I'm just talking about a woman doing the things that a man, I mean, hell, just going outside and mowing the lawn. Shouldn't that be a man's job to go out there and take care of the yard?
I prefer that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I cut my own grass because I want to exercise.
Okay, well, you want to exercise. You could go.
I rationalize it, but I don't have to.
I like to go to the gym with my woman, so let's get exercise like that. I'll mow the lawn. You clean up the kitchen and cook dinner, and then we can go to the gym together. How about that? There's nothing wrong with that.
It's all. I mean, it sounds gravy. It sounds gravy.
But I know where you were getting at as far as that, and I know what you mean because it was a mindset of that since I'm the alpha male and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I can do whatever I want to do. Comments.
I'm like cutting my own bush. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So we prefer it, but we learn to do it most times, especially if the men around ain't been groomed to be men. Oops. So my whole thing is I've changed my thinking actually over the years. Like 10 years ago, I thought differently, right? There was a guy that if I'm involved with a man, I'm not touching the garbage. I am not cleaning my car. I am not doing those things that a man is supposed to do. That was me 10 years ago, probably. Mm-hmm. Now I don't have ish. That all that is just washed away. That whole line of thinking is just gone. I just, what I desire, I don't really desire something I can do myself. Like I can do that. You get what I'm saying? I desire more than that. Though. So, plus, okay, wait. Jessica said, yes, I don't prefer to do the labor that men customarily do. I do it because I have to sometimes until I could afford to pay someone or have a male friend help me. Some men enjoy helping women in doing these things. But do they like helping you to do these things because they're trying to get in, Jessica? You know what I'm saying? Like guys be like, I'll cut your grass, girl. You need your grass cut? I'll come over. So that's how they get in.
Oh boy.
I am a mess. Okay. Fulami says, if you talk to the elder aunties, you learn that they didn't all sit home waiting on grandpa. Yes, honey.
Okay.
Let's see. But I do it for you because Brian, I don't want to.
Brian try to get in where you fit in.
Yeah. Right. Brian said he'll cut more than your grass. I'm done. But anyway, I just think that so now we're in 2021. There's a whole paradigm shift. And a lot of women are going to be single and they need to realize that because men have more choices. Boom. Right. And it almost seems like and this is conversations I've had with my girlfriends. You have to settle for less than what you really want. Mm-hmm. B, be single, be by yourself. Settle for less, be single. Or C is, what's C?
What is C?
Share.
Okay. So
that's what I came up with. I talked to my sister friends, and that's and none of those choices work.
I mean, okay.
Safari says, "Mina settle."
At all.
Love says, cutting my grass is foreplay, honey.
Hello.
No. What grass are we talking about here? We talking about a backyard?
Digress.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So
back in.
So when we talk about
oh, you like my straw? Yes, honey. I got my little metal straw from Amazon, and look, I got my little jar of tea. Yes. We are branding.
The Sky Juice jars. Hello.
Yes, I'm drinking a mixture of chai and Earl Grey. I do a little culture and not culture.
Would that be a mason jar you have there?
Oh, yes, honey. We are strict with the Masons.
Okay. Here. All right. This day. Okay.
Work it.
Okay. So we're going back to the topic of sister. Why you still single? Okay, you have a mentality sometimes of men, and when we talk about women, and I'm going to go off track a little bit, and we're talking about women of color and men of color. If you talk about the men out there that don't like men, I mean, don't like women, they actually like men. Okay, that cuts out a percentage. And then you take out the other men out there that don't have a job or don't want to have a job, that takes a percentage out.
Those guys won't be taken out because those are the guys where some women who have to settle for less are going to have to settle for the dude on the bicycle.
Okay, you taking that? I'm taking the ones that's not going for it. So when we talk about somebody that has these standards, you're not going for somebody. Well, you can't.
You're gonna be by yourself.
You can't go for a man that doesn't like women because he doesn't like women. He likes other men.
Clearly,
that takes that percentage out the equation. And then you have the ones that don't have a job. Then you have the ones that don't have a job that continue to go to jail. And then you have the ones that may have a job. May have something going on for themselves, but they actually have no conversation at all. So they're no fun to be around. You know what I mean? Then you have the ones that, okay, I got a job, I got a conversation, but since I have a job and I have a conversation and I'm blowing backs out in the bedroom, I feel like I can just keep on doing what I'm doing because there's so many people coming at me. You have all these different,
issues,
factors that come into play when you're trying to find that right one that wants to humble himself and be that right type of man. Because a lot of men out there, you can't even get a man to open the door nowadays. From what I hear, open your door for you when you get in the car.
No,
you know what I mean. Pay for a dinner or stuff like that.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah. So for
statistics, or it does in
Yeah. So you see what I'm talking about. So when we're talking about sister, why are you single?
But also, I'm sorry to add to that. You're talking about all the different demographics of men, right? Then add to that women with children, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of guys have an issue with that because they want children with her or they don't want a woman with children, and that's just weird, especially for older guys. But all right, let me go into these comments because they're running fast. Roberto Martinez says it makes sense since the female population across the globe is growing and more girls are being born than boys. Yes, we have more women than men. Y'all seen the new show Seeking a Sister Wife on TLC? Naomi, it is not a new show. It's on the 3rd season. However, I was just watching it today, and I have good news for you. One of the ladies who is on this season's show is going to come here, and we're going to interview her. Taylor on the 3rd season, who is dating Dimitri and Ashley Snowden. I just spoke to her today, and we're going to do an interview next week. So if you do watch the show, then make sure you subscribe and get the notifications so that, you can see her because I'm actually a personal friend of hers. All righty. Falami says, I can't see, so I got it. Why do you think things are so dismal for Black women? My girlfriends from other cultures don't have this outlook. That's such a good question.
Yeah, man. Wow. Let's hear some answers to that one.
I have my own thoughts.
You have your own thoughts. What might those thoughts be?
I always have my own thoughts.
What might those thoughts be? Go ahead.
American women are not trying to do what foreign women are doing. That's why guys go down to the Dominican Republic. They go down to Mexico. They order brides online. They love women from other cultures because women from other cultures, even I have a friend who talks to women in the Philippines, a Black man too, talks to women in the Philippines, and they are trained to be wives. They're trained to be submissive. That word that every American woman hates. I don't know many women who are down with the word submissive. Just the thought of when I hear the word, it makes me want to, it's like kryptonite. I just want to fall down and let the wave of energy pass by. And that's how I feel. But that's my take on what foreign women are different. They're different than American women. American women are not about that. And so that's what I would have to say.
Okay. I mean,
what do you think?
We talk about, I think that's when we start talking about cultures. And the only thing we know is the culture of here in America, United States, even though we have people on here that are from all over. We have somebody from Australia. So
Amanda, it sounds like Tony is the only man left on this planet.
no, I'm not. There's other men out there. There's other men out there. You know, I'm probably one of the more open-minded men or the more progressively thinking, but believe me, it goes in a whole different directions in a lot of different places. This is just the relationship one.
Falami says you're assuming all women are quality. It all evens out. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie says now they have an issue with women with kids, but they have multiple children with multiple women. Stephanie, you're saying everything.
Have my cake and eat it too. That's what that one is.
Yeah.
Right?
It doesn't work out because being a stepchild leaves you behind by the step parent.
Yeah.
Roberto also says, I was a stepchild, and believe me, it doesn't work out in all angles. Wow. Other women have been raised to marry for security and not be called gold diggers. They've been raised to let the man do man stuff, provide, protect, and they do whatever it takes to keep him happy. I don't necessarily think these women are happy, though. That's just my mindset. And he pays that woman in the Philippines, but won't take a woman out to dinner in the U.S.
Straight in my head.
Straight mail order rides is like ordering from Amazon when you're not sure what you're getting until it arrives. Jeez. No, Amazon is pretty accurate. I want to tell you, if you order from Wish or one of those Chinese websites, it's going to be all jacked up. I ordered a rug.
Chinese.
I ordered a rug and it looked
We're
like
not trying to get the show canceled, okay?
Floor, and it was like 2x5. It was like a friggin' placemat. I was like, they got to stop this shiggity. Okay. Say Tafari, we West Indian women don't take ish either. Tafari, where are you from? I'm from the Virgin Islands, by the way. Yes, Anyway,
I'm from California, San Diego to be exact.
West Side.
West y'all.
Look at me.
Yeah, West y'all.
I can't figure that out. Anyway, yeah. So that's my take on what single women nowadays are going to deal with. They're going to settle. They're most likely going to stay single and be single for the rest of their days. They're going to have to settle for less. He might be short. He might be ugly. He might not have a whole lot of money. What's wrong? Why your face did that?
Short, ugly. You going with all these materialistic, these physical things.
Guys do that. They want a small waist and a big round ass. What are you talking about?
Is it right that guys do that?
It is all right. It is
it is. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, superficial is what it is. It's superficial.
Okay, let's just say this. Let's just say everybody has their own.
It is superficial, but it is super. It's just like
Let's say everybody has their own preference. How about that?
Preference. Call it preference if it sounds better.
Some women like short guys. Some women like chubby guys.
Short guys are cool to me in my book. I never would look at a short guy in my whole life going way back. And now my world has way opened up. So anyway, Stephanie says, we like eye candy too. That's right. But what I'm saying is, so single women are going to have to either stay single, settle for less than, or share a man, or be with a woman. That's deep.
All these things you're saying that is, I don't know.
Might not be someone's choice, but it might be someone's choice. It might be someone else's choice. Now, here's the thing that I found, especially living here in Atlanta, and Atlanta has a serious bad reputation about the whole gay thing, right? I think gay is beautiful. However, I was talking to a friend, who said he was hetero flexible. And I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
I'm going to say this. He said he's hetero flexible, but
He told me exactly what it was.
Is he revealing this to all the women that he because that's I think that's where the issue comes in. When be what you're gonna be straight, be bisexual, be whatever, but let the other person know that you're dealing with. That's how you get down, and let you make that choice, right?
So he said, and I was like, "What does that mean? Aren't you just bisexual?" He's like, "No, not quite. It's not quite the same." And I was like, "Well, I don't understand." So basically, he said, heteroflexible is when you are presenting to the world and your love language and your love connection, your love is with a woman. You love women. You want to be in love with women. You want to marry a woman. You want to have children, all of that, right? However, a little bit of your life, a few times a month, or maybe every 6 months, don't matter when, every so often you want to tickle the pickle. It's purely.
I'm not knocking nobody for nothing. To each their own, whatever tickles.
So my whole thing is, yes, the first thing you said was absolutely right. I think that I don't think it's problematic at all. I think that's a beautiful existence. However, your partner needs to know that. Yeah. You know, because if your partner thinks that you are tickling the pickle on Fridays.
Exactly. And that's my point.
And she doesn't know,
do what you do,
a whole wife or a whole girlfriend.
Yeah, do what you do, but make sure everybody knows what you do.
And guess what? There are women that are okay with that. Because remember, look at what we said before. We have single women who are going to have to settle for less, right? And you're going to have to, there's going to be women out here who might listen to this broadcast or wherever they are, who, you know what? I'd rather have a man who I know has a date every now and then with Mr. Pickle, and he provides for me, takes care of me, have a great time, what have you. I know what he's doing. There are women out here.
You know what? Once again, I say compatibility. You find somebody that works for you like that. You know what I mean? That situation works for you like that. I mean, I'm not knocking that. I don't get down like that, but hey, if that's what you do, that's what you do. I'm not knocking you, but I think all parties involved need to be, you know, aware of what's going on. That's what I believe. And if you don't, then, you know.
All right, Ryan T. I am straight. I love beautiful women. Thank you. He's coming from YouTube. Leonard says, Lord have mercy, people flirt with AIDS like COVID-19, acting like it's not real. I just think
you're right about that.
I just think that if that's your lifestyle, be honest about it. Because
yes, that's what I'm saying.
You know, if you can't, there is a woman who's going to accept you for who you are, and you need to find her. If you're heteroflexible, I think it's beautiful. I just don't lie. That's the part that's not cool. Because as soon as you meet a woman and y'all have a connection and chemistry and all the factors, and then you say, well, you know, we can be together and what have you, and we can set this whole family life up. And then all of a sudden, but on Fridays I have this like tentative date.
Let me stop.
Peace.
I'm not gonna be talking bad about nobody. Each stay home.
People are like, AIDS is real.
It definitely is. It ain't went away.
That's the problem. If their mindset is to go for rich men, which there is only 1% of the world's population, you're going to have a hard time finding the right guy. So we're not only talking about rich men, like super rich. We're talking about men who actually have like viable careers. Like, yo, if you're making 6 figures, you're doing pretty good. I mean, you're not rich, you're not super rich, but you're definitely high upper middle class.
Yeah, you're not uncomfortable. You're pretty comfortable, I would say.
Comfortable, yeah.
You're able to take a date out to dinner.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's my take on the whole. Why are you still single, sister? You're single because you're gonna have to settle. You're gonna have to be alone. You're gonna have to share, or you're gonna have to deal with someone who's heteroflexible. Or woman, be with a woman. 5 choices.
5
choices.
Okay. I mean, you know, like I forgot who said that. She said that we have women on all different levels. You know what I mean? We're thinking that all women are quality women, and I don't know how to say it right without saying there's some quality women, there's some unquality women. I don't know. Would that be right to say it like that?
Say what?
There's different levels. Okay, that's better. We're going to say there's different levels of women. You know what I mean? And each one has to find out where they're notches as far as, you know, the dating life goes and what kind of men they want to deal with, you know?
There's someone out there. I mean, like I said, there's someone out there for everyone, but they might be hetero flexible.
Yeah.
Amanda says, I'm done with this planet. I've heard enough. I don't stand a chance finding another man.
I don't say that.
Amanda, you do.
Yeah.
He might be underemployed. He might make $12 an hour. He might, he might live in another thing is they could live in another country. I told one of my girlfriends that I was like, your man is in like Botswana for real. Like he's not in this country. And she was like, I think you're right. So, all right, let's see what else we have here.
Yeah, I'm reading some of the comments myself.
Jessica says, high quality women. Talk about it, Jessica. High quality women aren't going to settle for less. Oh, I guess like bisexual. Yeah, that's the hetero flexible, but it's a different, you know how they get this terminology and it changes everything? Tamika says, I think that the numbers are thrown off. There are more men. How many are quality? I think there are more women, but like Michelle says,
We talk about the world. We're talking about the United States. What are we talking about?
We're definitely going to talk about Atlanta. A lot of it is based on, where you live. Some of these men, you'd better be better dating yourself or outside your race. There's another option. Thank you, Tamika. You just gave me number 6.
Okay.
Date outside your race. There's probably a lot of options in that arena. Who's doing that? Brian wants to know how many women are quality. That's a good point. So we talk about guys that are like underemployed and blah, blah, blah. Then you have women who are underemployed as well. And a lot of guys are really not interested in a woman with a whole bunch of kids or just even a few. That's usually a turnoff for a lot of men. What else? What are quality women or non? I hate to say unqualified. Yeah, whatever.
Oh boy.
In LA, there's that option, but don't know else. I don't know. You have to rewrite that, Roberto.
In LA, there's that option, but don't know where.
There's a lot to be said about what we say in Affirm. If you think there aren't any options, there won't be. If you are confident with your divine mate, you will speak it into existence. Say it. Bad attitude is not a quality. Very good. Amanda makes soul connections. Sky Juice is pretty awesome. Thank you.
Oh, hey.
So
Sky Juice is going to blow up. We're going to be one of the #1 platforms on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the above.
Yeah, I think we pretty much got it.
Share the videos
tonight.
Share the broadcast.
I think we got it down tonight. I think women, specifically women, I think guys are on the same boat, but we're talking to the women today. I think women are going to have to realize that you're going to have to stay single, settle for less, share a man or a woman, choose someone from a different race, and hope for the best.
And hope for the best.
But Jessica said it. She summed the whole thing up, to tell you the whole truth. Jessica summed up the whole thing, and I agree with Jessica on the lack of confidence, and that speaks to what I was saying earlier. Women are like desperately like, I'm so single, I'm gonna die, I can't find a man. Da, da, da. When you walk with that energy, that's exactly you. That's what they say. What you resist persists. So you are walking with this lack this lack attitude. Like I don't have, when you walk with, I have everything I need, it exudes confidence. It exudes juiciness. It exudes everything. And men are attracted to you in general.
The
Look at
energy
me.
you put out is the energy you will receive, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Like
I believe that.
I don't ever think anything of that. I don't have. Yeah, women, please stop doing that. That is just the wrong thing. Be about yourself, build yourself up, build your career, get your beauty on, whatever you do, and you will attract bees to that honey, baby. That's how I feel.
Jerry Carmen,
Okay.
you had a nice little comment there.
Okay.
Wedding planner, huh?
Wedding planner. Wait. Letitia says, let me clarify. I'm open to it. I've been open to different cultures and races. My companion could be Middle Eastern. Yes.
I bet you got some information about that one, huh?
Jerry says, I struggled on my own and obtained a degree in electronics, business management, certification as a mental health assessment specialist, certification as a wedding planner. I am presently working on my certification as an accountant. Out of all my graduations, not one daily member or friend has attended. So I have learned to depend solely on self. I set up weddings, DJ them, and play the saxophone. I travel all over Ohio and have done over 300 weddings events in 6 years. I'm not, wait a minute.
Oh, didn't it?
His message probably got cut.
Yeah.
But basically, he's probably saying, I'm not settling, is probably what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. You can only...
Anika Brown, speak your own destiny.
There's power in the tongue. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, here's your Middle Eastern person. Whoever was talking about Middle Eastern, Ryan is Moroccan. Here we go. We're making connections here.
It belongs in a conservative family.
What does conservative mean?
Yeah. What's your definition of conservative? I mean,
Michelle said, he's too busy for a relationship. Pretty much.
Who's
Pretty
too
much.
busy?
What I'm gonna tell you what Jerry needs. Jerry needs a business partner who will be his partner in life, because with all that stuff you're doing, you can't date someone who's not already involved in what you're doing. Like, you need the caterer to be your partner so that you can come like as a package deal. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I feel. So anyway, I think we're going to cut it because we could go on till the end of time talking about this, and maybe we'll just talk about it again later. But thank you guys for tuning in. This was enlightening and fun. And if you have any type of ideas or questions you want to ask regarding other broadcasts that we can do, we are streaming on Skyjuice page, Tony and Skyjuice page, YouTube, and soon we'll start on Instagram. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Share the post, the video, tell a friend. Thanks for just interacting, giving all the comments and stuff. We tried to read as many as possible. Those that we didn't get to read, we appreciate you anyway. We're going to try to get you on. We got to we got to try to figure out how we can get a system to maybe possibly have somebody call in.
Oh, we can do that. It's not hard.
Okay. Yeah. Because I think people might. What do you guys think? I'm asking the audience. Would you guys call in?
You mean call in or jump in? Because we can have people join the call like by video.
Oh, whichever one do you think it would be better?
But they have to be safe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So do you want to have, you know what I mean? Would you have rather them call in, or would you have them just add them into the?
No, they can come in. Like, if you're a cool person, you can jump in. You know what I'm saying, and say what you got to say. But
okay,
somebody
said, say Tafare said yes, call in. Okay,
yeah, call in. Probably call. I mean, we can call in. We could do call in too, like through the phone, or there's technology. We got it.
Okay, we gonna work on it. Yep. So Jessica says, she said yes, I am open to joining video. Okay.
I like Jessica.
Yeah.
I've been friends with Jessica on Facebook for years. I think it's probably been more than 10 years. I'm almost sure. I know her name. I think we know people in common. I can't even remember, but you know, there's 10 billion people on Facebook, and you see names that you've seen before. So,
well, I love that everybody's chiming in, giving their input.
Brian wants the number. See, I'm afraid of Brian because
You're afraid of Brian?
I'm afraid of Brian. I'm scared.
Brian's trying to catch something.
I don't know if you're like trolling or serious. Like that's the part.
He's trying to reel that in. He tried to reel that sky in.
I can't wait to get on.
Uh-oh.
That's the kind of people I run from. But anyway, yeah, Jessica said, yes, I like you too. Sky Juice followed you from the cooking platforms you had. Tony is cool too. Isn't Tony cool?
Thank you.
Cool. I mean, if me and Tony could talk like for hours about any particular topic, we might as well put it on video, right?
Exactly. I told you that. when we first met. Like, look, we need to do something.
Literally, if you guys aren't here listening to us, we would be talking anyway.
Yeah.
Oh
so we're gonna figure out how to post these on some podcast platforms, maybe some Apple Music and Spotify and all that,
Brian want a date. Brian, we'll hook you up. Send me some info. I got single friends now. Look, we could do a whole little mini matchmaker thing. I'm good at that too. So Tafari, bless up. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Please come back again. We're gonna try to do this at a better time. We've been doing it later on at night because of my work schedule, but we're gonna try to get these early ones a little bit more often if we can.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
California dreaming about